not even lower middle class, but nonetheless. What I want to say is that Nazism also confronts the same problem, class struggle. But it doesn't do this operation. Let's shift the inexistent to the maximum intensity. On the contrary, it just wants to control the struggle by imputing the cause of the struggle to an external agent. It's not because society is in itself antagonistic, it's because the Jews from outside introduced chaos and so on, and then to impose on it some kind of hierarchic order and so on, where workers are still down, but they are taken care of, at least officially. All this shit, the relationship between capital and work shouldn't be just one of financial exploitation, capitalists should be a kind of a father taking care of, blah, 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 all this idea of sentimental, more authentic relations between master, servant, and so on and so on. So again, the moment you don't just say multiplicity and then miracle of the event, but the moment you take into account that event is very precisely defined as how an event can intervene, which is why maybe sometimes Badiou doesn't accentuate this enough. An event is purely structural. You can do the same thing, but if you do it a little bit too late, it's no longer an event. You know what I mean? You must do it at the right time. Sorry, did you want to? Or did you just, this is the semantic misunderstanding. Often it happens to me, I don't know, is the guy scratching his head, not you, or
both, probably.
Both, okay, sorry, yeah. This is called over-determination of nature and culture.
Sorry, please. The self-reflexive nature of the event, isn't it that he's trying to get at that it's either zero or infinity, pretty much, that there is no self-reflexiveness?
We would have to go here to what he means by self-reflectiveness. It's good that you touch this topic, because I think that even now he struggles a little bit with this. And for his own good, it would be good if in a debate, and again, I'm not slandering him behind his back, you can report anything you want, like all the dirty things that I can tell you. For example, this is my standard joke about him. No, I will immediately return to it. I will not forget what you said. For example, do you know which movies he likes? This is a standing joke between me and him. He knows that I always spread this slander, but it's true.
Bridges of Madison County.
Yeah, that's one. Bridges of the Madison County, he thinks it's a really great film. Then,
this is your way.
He has a soft spot for Armageddon, this kind of catastrophe. Nobody is perfect, I would say. Sorry, but let's go on with this infinity and event and so on.
One are self-reflexive, zero.
Yeah. In the sense that in being and event, he still claims that an event includes its own nomination. That is to say, this is another way to say that an event is an event only for those who participate in it. For example, if you look objectively...
Come down to your level, maybe let's take the orgasm as an event that...
Why should it be an event? No, here I'm conservative.
No, okay.
Why should orgasm be an
event?
event?
An event that causes us to want infinite number of events.
Yeah. Okay, but why should this be an event? Like, okay, let me be extremely vulgar. Let's say I'm a sadist. Let's say I'm a sadist. Let's say I will go back, to tested waters. Let's say I'm a sadist and I want to I don't know, cut a needle into your eyes. What if I discover the desire to do it infinitely? I doubt this would count as a... You know what I mean?
Let's talk about my example then.
Okay.
Orgasm.
Yeah.
An event that inspires infinite number of events. Like, we always want more of it. Right?
Orgasm is not an event.
Yeah, but how should I put it? Yeah, okay. So what's the point? Do you think this is enough of a... Again, for Badiou, let's be precise. Event is something which intervenes at that point of symptomal torsion, the inexistence of the structure. Where do you have this in orgasm? I tend more to agree with Badiou, who, when he defines a situation, he says that every situation has this, not infinite in the positive sense, like the infinity of the event, but the measureless. For him, enjoyment, jouissance, is infinite in the more bad Hegelian sense of it's boundless. And as such, it's open to this or that use. Which is why, for example, Badiou, I agree here with him, opposes both standard versions of, this old boring topic, sexuality and revolution. On the one hand, the conservative revolutionaries, like sexuality is the last trap of bourgeois ideology to catch us, and the true revolutionary must forget about his sexuality, be ascetic. Or on the other hand, this 68 stuff, those in power rule us through sexual oppression, sexual liberation is blah blah. I spontaneously, to me, sexual enjoyment is more this formless, neutral.
But inside of love, let's go back to your statement about love and procreation. Let's say an orgasm can be an event inside of the idea of procreation.
Right?
Why not?
What makes procreation more than just the animal?
Well, you were making a point about sex outside of marriage no longer being illicit, right? Inside of the idea of love.
Yeah, but nonetheless, it doesn't make it in itself more authentic. How should I put it? That's a nice question you touched here. I'm so sad we cannot go endlessly into this. But I had a great debate with Badiou here, very personal, not in any nasty sense. And he also agreed with me that, in the West, we have, that famous book, how is the guy who wrote it? I forgot, my God, L'amour en Occident, Love in the West. That great, it will come to me the name, he's a great French historian of ideas. It's even the great reference to Lacan, on the notion of courtly love, where the idea is true love is not possible within marriage, the true love has to be transgressive. I'm opposed to this idea. So back to you, okay, it can be outside marriage, but it's not a condition. Sorry, please go on.
It's just a framework for the event.
Yeah.
I'm trying to establish a framework.
But what would have been event here? Yes, you are after.
The event would have been inception, I guess.
But why? What? Give me a precise definition. What makes
the creation of life as an event?
Yeah, but again, why? I'm here more about you an idealist. I mean, I think that you identify event too much with something beautiful new which happens.
Well,
that's not enough.
Isn't that a material view, though, that it's related to?
Yeah, but again, for Badiou, I'm returning to my old point. For Badiou to have an event, it must intervene into the symptomal point, this torsion, whatever, of a situation. As he emphasizes again and again, there are no universal events. Sorry?
I said there must be an indiscernible for an event.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the term I was using. I was missing. Yes, you are right. That for him, jouissance is indiscernible.
And the subject somehow sucks us out of the meaning out of the indiscernible.
Yeah. So for him, an event would have been if orgasm becomes through love. You know that
there's always a fantasy in the orgasm, in a sense. The object is the fantasy. There's no indiscernible involved. We've already created the object in the fantasy.
Yeah, but nonetheless, okay, we cannot go into it. I'm tempted to say that it's...
There is no object. I mean, there is no object.
I don't know, one should be more tricky here. I mean, how should I put it? It's mystery. It's complex. What really happens, not in biological sense, but...
I just don't think that the notion of orgasm fits into the notion.
Well, I think it would if you included like all the conditions for sexuality, going out to dinner, going on a drive and stuff like that. They could create the conditions for love.
You know which maybe this is my melodramatic mind, but which situations interest me as potentially event. Did you see a shitty melodrama, but which is not totally bad? I liked it when I was younger, with Meryl Streep and Robert De Niro, not the Deer Hunter, falling in love, where they are both